What's going on, guys, and welcome to Season 2 of Surviving Java. Yeah, it's been a good minute or two since I've done any recording whatsoever, and goodbye Mind Void. That is due to the fact that, you know what, it's starting to get night time, and already, just as soon as I hit record, it starts getting to sunset and night time's coming, and I've not slept for about 4 days, which means phantoms are going to be on my case. Hello again, Mind Void. Not too sure what she's up to. But once I sleep, I can explain to you what's going on and how comes we're actually starting off around about a month or two since the Season 2 started on this server. And we've actually done quite a lot of builds already. I can't hear my game sounds. Is that my end? Hold on. That's not where sounds are. Let's bump you up to say 40. There you go, now I can hear my footsteps. So, yeah, I sort of had around about 3 or 4 months off of recording at all due to a surgery that I had around my neck area. And where they sort of knock you out, the tube that they put in your mouth to sort of breathe for you while you're in surgery, irritated one of my vocal cords, so my voice was just... it was just battered. It kept on dropping in and out. Even now it does every now and again, like it'll go croaky and then just disappear on me for a good while. But I'm over the worst of it, and the surgery itself wasn't like a life-threatening surgery that had to be done. It was just one that was on the waiting list for a while to actually get done, so having it done was a blessing more than a curse, besides the voice thing. But, as you can see, I'm in a safari outfit now, and that's because our main mission for this season is to actually create a big zoo containing every single animal and mob within Minecraft, which I am yet to do. I have attempted it on the Bedrock version around about 5 years ago, but that was before I actually started doing any recording whatsoever, and it was before the amount of animals that were in the game that are now currently in the game. Like, we've got a couple of ocelots already, and that's just because clearing out the jungle, which is where our zoo's going to be based, there's a lot of ocelots that spawn around here now. So once you start getting rid of the trees, they just start spawning everywhere. What I will do is actually do a time lapse of the main build. Now, the building that I want to build here that you can see the outline of, which is going to be pretty massive, is going to be our main sort of headquarters for the zoo itself. And the building is as close to a replica as I could create to the visitor centre from the original Jurassic Park, which is like one of my all-time favourite movies. And it's taken a lot of time to sort of get it right, and there's still going to be a lot of tweaking after I've built it, but the actual shell of it I've designed and sort of got to a state where I'm happy with it. Whether or not you will be is another question, but I am going to have to lay an entire floor to cover where the outline is and then build it on top of that. So I've got the 4 pillars in each corner sort of marking the area, and yeah, so I've done a lot of progress on this server already regarding farms and such, and what I will do at some point during this video is throw in a bunch of little sort of shader replay mod videos of them farms, because we will more than likely be visiting them now and again during the course of this series. But right now I think I just want to just sort of crack on and get this building done, so that way we can sort of start laying stuff out. And it's going to take a lot of terraforming, a lot of tidying up afterwards, because all of these hills need to be sort of flattened and smoothed off, and terrain sort of rehabilitation needs to be done. And I've picked this location because it's like overlooking this lake, which I really like. So we're going to have like a main stairway coming down here, down the front and towards the lake, and then like a bridge coming across the lake, and then we're going to have pathways sort of going off in each direction in order to have like animal enclosures dotted about. But the terrain generation around here is pretty good. And as for farms and such, we will still be doing like big scale farms and such during the series, but the main focus of it is going to be along, there's another one, is going to be along the lines of sort of progressing and capturing mobs and creating the enclosures for them based around their natural habitats. And some of them are going to be pretty difficult, like the ghast and sort of nether mobs that are pretty dangerous. The raid mobs like evokers and such are also going to be a nightmare, but it should be pretty entertaining. Here, piggy, I need some food, thank you. So it should be pretty entertaining going along this series, and it's going to be doing something that obviously I've not focused a lot in my previous series doing, and that is the capturing. Obviously I have captured a lot of mobs during the series because quite a few of them do need capturing. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what this little setup is, it's just I've been smelting like a bunch of stone to get smooth stone, and now I'm doing 4 shulkers worth of sand, and I'm just using lava buckets. So every now and again I'll just come over here and top up the lava buckets or in these double chests. So as you can already tell, my voice is starting to give out on me already, and I've only been talking for the better part of around about 4 or 5 minutes, just giving you an update. But we're going to crack on with this time lapse, and hopefully this building comes out to your satisfaction as much as I'm hoping it comes out to mine. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you after. Alright then guys, so that took it took a couple of days actually. Well, not full days, but like 3 or 4 hours on 2 consecutive days to actually get the building up, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I have absolutely no idea what I'm meant to be doing. Does someone sleep through the night, or is it just becoming night? I don't know. Usually it's just becoming night whenever I start recording, so I think someone's just... Where's the sun? Okay, it's up there, so we're good. Yeah, so it took a good day and a bit to actually get it done, and I did actually do the terraforming sort of around it because we had the big hill on the left and the big hill on the right. Smoothed that off, sort of done gradual slopes towards the actual building. So it's now sitting... I didn't realise just how much it is actually sitting on like a cliffside. Well, not really cliffside, but a sort of mountaintop. And I wouldn't really class it as a mountaintop. It's more of a hill. I'm changing my opinion. But I am happy with how it turns. But I do think we actually have to have a look at it within the shaders is what I wanted to say. So we'll let the texture pack reload into shaders just to have a look to see how it looks, because with a build like this it's got to look better in shaders. Now I struggle to play in shaders just because my frames tank in the jungle. Like, I could play with shaders elsewhere, but for some reason with all the leaves when they're moving from side to side, it is not healthy on my frames. But yeah, I do actually really like the way it looks in shaders. Oh wow, especially the water coming down. The water was proper tedious to do as well, because you have to sort of like waterlog it from the bottom, working your way upwards. Otherwise the water will flow over and actually over the edge, and I actually messed it up twice, where I actually ended up having to patch it up. But let's get a different vantage point. Okay, let's go to this tree, just so we can have a look. Not too happy about them torches right there. I didn't put them there, or that one over there. I think someone's come around here spamming torches on the actual build, which I am not a fan of. Obviously I don't want spawns here, but the torches, they can all go away. Thank you. Go away. I am actually going to have to light it up though, just to be safe, and it is now getting to night time. But as you come in, that does look pretty epic. The big opening. Now, like I said, I don't know whether to stay true to the sort of Jurassic Park style coming into the building, because I do like it. Like, I've watched the film back and I've watched them go into the visitor centre, which is this building and what it's based upon. And then I actually sort of had a tinker around to see if I could sort of mimic that sort of style, but when I did mimic it, it did not leave a lot of room for practicality, like functionality wise, because obviously where they come in the doorway, it would be, say, here, their ground floor is literally like one step down. And then they had a 2-tier balcony system, so they had a set of stairs coming up on the right hand side onto a balcony, which then went around this inner loop here. And obviously you couldn't see what they done with the 2 back areas there, or any of the bottom area. But if I do that, I'm going to be cutting the area in half and limiting the amount of room that we got to work with. So what I will be doing, first of all, let's switch shaders off because my frames are not happy. What I will be doing is having the tinker around in creative with the shell of the build, just to see what I can get to work for me, and just to see what I will be happy with. But yeah, what we can actually do is head over to my tree, which is to the northwest. I really need to learn off by heart like what is where. So if we head over this way, and I'll show you the tree quickly, because this is like this is actually the second starter base that I had. I think it's over this way. This is the second starter base that I actually built. The first starter base was, there was 4 of us just living in a stairwell that went down to a strip mine. So there was not much to show there. It was just like a bunch of different little mini farms when we first started. But this is actually my little starter base, which is a little tree house. Get a proper turnaround view at it. I do really like it. I'm pretty happy with this actually. And I wanted to use like the new blocks. So you got the calcite, and then we've used the amethyst as the roofing, and we've got the spore blossoms. If you're wondering how we've got the spore blossoms in creative, well not creative but survival, on a survival server, we actually admin commanded a stack of 32 per user on the server, just so that they had access. We were going to add a crafting recipe for them, but we weren't sure if people were going to overuse them, and we weren't sure if the particles themselves were going to be an issue. So I think now that we are using them and we have got more of a idea as to the impact that they have, and it's minimal to none whatsoever. So I will have a discussion with the other admin just to... This is my storage room as well, by the way. Although it looks very compact and sort of cramped, it is highly convenient because like you can reach everything very, very easily. And like a lot of it, I end up just putting into shulkers and storing like mass quantities of it. Why? I've got some mob heads in there for some reason. They shouldn't be in there, they should actually be in one of these, that one there. Yeah, so this is my little storage area, and apparently we've got, thanks for the copper, Cloud. Oh, sweet. Cloud's been supplying us with packed lunches constantly. He's like our main supply of food. Redstone and iron as well. Nice. I'm always running low on redstone. And iron I'm not actually sure of, but I will never ever say no to some iron. I know that he's building out a copper, and me and him actually literally just finished working on a copper farm itself. So what we can actually do is actually, I don't have a nether portal anywhere near me. I know that Sai and the stairwell are the only ones in the jungle that have nether portals. So what we will do is head on over to Sai's. I've got no more rockets in my inventory, so I'm hoping that the one rocket will get me there. It shouldn't be too far. There we go. So Sai is based just over here. She wanted to be based within one of the like water style areas. Cloud's also based in a jungle. He's building a ruined temple within the bamboo forest. And Mac, I do believe, is like, this is Cloud's area. As you can see, he's flattened out and he's doing prep work. So I won't take you over there until there's something ready to do. That's the main zoo building, which is going to be joint mass storage for anyone in the jungle biome that wants to use it. That's our Joy Site 0 is my starter base. And then that's the stairwell area. Mac is down there on the south coast in his own little cove. So we've got a drowned farm up. Me and Sai built that, but what we will do is actually head on into the Nether, and rather than me just skip into where we want to go, actually I'll go through the Nether so you can just see the sort of work that's been put in by everyone on the server. This is Sai's little Nether tunnel, which I really do like. And then this is the desert Nether tunnel, which I designed and built. And to be honest with you, working with smooth sandstone, having to smell it all for the seeding, what a nightmare early game. But nowhere near as much of a nightmare as the Nether tunnel that Mac designed, which mainly uses deep slate. What does that sign say? I know that I put a sign up originally. Joy size mini industrial, no unauthorized personnel. Yeah, that sounds about right, but I don't think anyone's going to look at that anyway. If you're wondering what that thing is, I've got this Illuminations client-side mod on, so the soul lanterns send off these little flare things. So you may see that. And then this is, like I said, Mac's design, and it's sort of keeping to the Nether theme. It was like one of the main Nether tunnels that was built. The end tunnel, which is the end tunnel for everyone in, well, on this side of the map. That obviously leads to the end. I think that was designed and built by Mac as well. The gold farm tunnel is that one just there, very small, bog standard. Like the little offshoot ones are a lot smaller than the main tunnels. So this is my design for the jungle theme tunnel, which I really do like. And then if we head over towards the spawn area, I really need to get like rockets out. Otherwise we're just going to be bounce gliding like all the way there. I believe Shifty was sort of in charge of the organizer. I know that Shifty designed the ice tunnel that heads in the north direction, and then Jack designed the Nether tunnel heading off into the west direction. And it's all the way down here that the copper farm that me and Cloud has just finished working up on. Now I'm fairly sure Cloud's going to be putting out an episode of his own based around building the copper farm. Sorry about that shortcut. Someone was knocking, had to go answer the door quickly. I can't really foresee them sort of interruptions, but yeah, nevertheless, that's, I do believe, Jack's end tunnel, and then this one leads all the way back this way, and then I do believe Jack's main base is that Nether tunnel heading off in that direction. Not too sure where that one goes. I believe that one's to the dual blaze spawner, but this one is a tunnel that I need to pester Clowd about decorating. But I do believe he needs to go netherite mining, so I'll see if he wants to combine decorating this with netherite mining. But we can go and have a look at the copper farm. So as I was saying, I think Cloud's putting out an episode as well. He's also now recording on the server. He's just... Oh, wow, that almost crashed my game because there's so much going on. He's now also recording on the server, and I will link his channel in the details down below for you to go check out. I find these videos highly entertaining. He does odd little things like naming any shulker box that I actually leave out, and then he went and named every single individual stack of my rockets different names as well, which yes, I like it, but I tend to have to use an entire stack of rockets, otherwise they won't stack. Now, the copper farm itself, design wise, the main sort of meat and potatoes of it is a NEM-bomb design. So if we just fly down, and we'll just land on here where it's incredibly loud. So let me go turn that down. What is that block? No, not blocks, friendly. Yeah, it's friendly. So if we turn that off, we don't have to hear the snowballs getting thrown constantly. So the main meat and potatoes of the conversion chamber, as well as the spawning platforms, is a NEM-bomb design. It's very, very efficient, very good. I did have to modify the design itself, so rather than it being built around a singular spawner in the middle, we're utilising a dual spawner setup. So I had to link two of the individual spawners up to water chutes to take them up to the drop chute, which is up there, for them to then drop into the conversion chamber. And then I also found his collection chamber underneath where they get converted to be very unreliable. Because the drowned are so good at fighting against the water streams, I switched it out to just a old school sort of piston pusher activated by tripwire and observers into a funnel, and then as long as the water's going down a one by one step, they find it incredibly hard to go up. They can still fire on the block, but eventually as soon as they change direction or they get bumped along, they drop into the kill chamber. And yeah, it works very, very well, and this should hopefully meet Cloud's needs for copper, because that's the whole point that me and him sort of worked on it. So I did help a lot with the clearing out of the area, so I do not want to forget mentioning that, because the area that we've dug out completely is the central area is a 3x3 chunk, and then 2 more chunks in each direction. So it's a total of 13 chunks that we've dug from top to bottom, just to make the building of the farm a lot more easier and a lot more sort of efficient. That way we didn't have to worry about the reinforcements spawning anywhere other than where we want them to spawn. And in the process of building it, we did have a enderman. Can we hop down there just so I can show you? So if we look at the enderman, it gets really, really dodgy looking. Yeah, I'm not even going to mention what that looks like, but it does not look good. Oh my god, we're going to have to take down his dirt pillars, where, because Cloud doesn't like wearing his elytra all the time when building, we ended up with quite a few dirt pillars here and there where he was pillaring up to finish building. But we can take them down lickety split and get them done. Sweet. But yeah, me and Cloud obviously built the actual farm itself. Me, Cloud side, dug out the area, and then I sort of flooded it, half slabbed it, just to avoid spawns. We've got like a quad beacon set up for the area for digging. That will probably be taken down, and I'll just have a regen and resistance for anyone that decides to wear thorns on their armor. And then I put in a sorting system after the fact. But yeah, if you head over to Clouds, I'm sure that he'll have a time lapse of us building it up rather than me going through the ins and outs of building it as well. But that's definitely going to be all the time that we have for today's episodes, and I think that What I will do going forward, rather than do just a full episode on, well, this is what I built here, this is what I built here, we'll sort of work, oh, there's another dirt block that's going to wind me up. I will do like a bit of building, like a project or a farm build on each episode, and then each episode will also go on to another farm that's already been previously built, or a cosmetic thing that's been, oh my god, this is going to be torturous trying to get this block. We have got double jump, so we can just place blocks like that. Yeah, so I will do like a bit of building, like a farm build or a cosmetic build, and then we'll go on to a build that's already been done, and I'll sort of show you it working and any changes, modifications, or just give you a walkthrough on what is actually going on the server as it progresses onwards. But I'm definitely looking forward to actually getting on with creating a creature enclosure, as well as capturing our first lot of creatures. Whether it's going to be hostile or passive, not too sure. But there is definitely a lot to capture and a lot of enclosures that we need to build. And so it's going to be fun to actually work on that stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have to enclose this after I finish getting all of the resources from up top. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and a big welcome back. I don't understand why this visual glitch is happening to me. It's telling me that there's chests here when there clearly isn't. But yeah, it's a little bit weird, but it is what it is. I think I'm going to have to... Oh no, you know what that is? It's when I was changing the schematic. So yeah, that would solve that. There we go. So obviously I had to design and make the changes to the farm in Creative before bringing the schematic over to make sure everything was aligned, and in order for two of us to build simultaneously on it, yeah, working to a schematic rather than guessing what each other's doing is definitely preferable. But the rates on this is pretty good, and they do filter through pretty quickly. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.